Hello, my name is Alan Lieberoff, and my nickname is Big Al. Welcome to www.savingamericawithbigal.com. This is a 12-minute video that will help you and our country tremendously. SavingAmericaWithBigAl.com is a byproduct of my latest ebook, Making It On Your Own Big Time, but we'll talk about that later. There are many things that we can do to restore the American economy. However, the crux of the matter is we are outsourcing too much of our manufacturing to other countries. They are eating our lunch, leaving too many Americans out of work and not being able to pay their bills or their taxes. As reported in the Economist magazine, today the United States has a negative trade balance of $639 billion. In other words, we buy more from other countries than we sell to other countries. China, on the other hand, has a positive trade balance of $189 billion. In other words, they sell more to other countries than they buy from other countries. And we can no longer exist under these conditions. I am not saying we should stop outsourcing all of our manufacturing. I am saying we have to have a level playing field. Much of our outsourcing to other countries is manufactured under slave-like working conditions. For instance, in China, the average factory worker works 60 to 80 hours a week and receives approximately $50 a month. It is now reported that Chinese factory workers are now being allowed to form unions to negotiate better salaries and working conditions. Even with this, though, they will be still far behind the United States in salaries, working conditions, and living conditions. In addition, we also farm out manufacturing to Bangladesh, India, Somalia, and other countries with slave-like working conditions. So, what should we do? The answer is selected and flexible tariffs. As follows. I'm going to use the word widget to represent a manufactured product. We need an index. An index is something used to compare things. In baseball, the index are home runs. The team with the most home runs wins the game. For an index in this discussion, we will use a modest but decent 3-bedroom bathroom house. Let us say that an American worker who works in a widget factory making widgets works a 40-hour week and can afford 50% of the 3-bedroom, 1-bath house that we just discussed. Now, let us say that the widget worker in China, even with a union, can only afford 10% of this modest house. We then say, how much does this worker have to make in a 40-hour week to afford this house? We then calculate this and add it on as a tariff. Now we have a level playing field. If China or similar country raises their per hour wages and now they can afford 50% of this modest house that we just discussed, we will withdraw the tariff and now we can all compete with each other fairly on a level playing field. Now here's what we must do immediately, everyone. Go to your computer and Google in, who's my congressperson? Google will ask you to type in your address with a zip code. In a few moments, the name of your congressperson and his or her email address will appear, and then just type in the following. Dear Mr. or Miss Congressperson, use their real name, I want you to put tariffs on merchandise entering this country that was made in other countries under substandard working conditions and pay. If these tariffs are not in place when you run for re-election, I absolutely won't vote for you. Sincerely, and then put your name, and also give them the name of this website, www.savingamericawithbigal.com. Now, follow the same steps with your senator that represents you. In addition, contact President Obama via Google and send him the same message. If millions of Americans do this, our economy will be booming again. I like to point out, American soldiers didn't die in the Revolutionary War the First World War, the Second World War, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, the Mideast War, to build up China. That wasn't their purpose. In addition, China supported North Korea in the Korean War and still supports them now. How many American soldiers have to die in battle until our government gets it right? Please note, entrepreneurs created the business world in America, but it was the American soldier who created and protected America so that entrepreneurs could start businesses in our country. American soldiers are returning from the Mideast War after 5 tours of duty and cannot find jobs. Many are sleeping in the street. This is unacceptable. I have some new rules for Congress, if you'll consider this. I feel all new bills can have no more than 20 pages. They must be presented to the public before Congress votes on them. And this can be done very easily on a website. The Congress will create the bill, they'll put it on a website, and all America should be able to look at that bill and make criticisms if they wish to. Now, if Congress does insist on more than 20 pages, that's fine, but they must take an exam to prove they understand the new bill. If they receive a score of less than 85%, they cannot vote on that bill. If you have any questions or comments about this website, go to the attached blog with your questions or comments, and I will get back to you. And now about my latest ebook, Making It on Your Own Big Time. Create your own future and create a new world. This book sells for $9.95. That's about the price of going into a movie theater or getting a medium-sized pizza. Now, this book is a perpetual book. As new opportunities occur in an ever-changing economy, you will receive these opportunities at no extra charge, even if you bought the book 3 months ago. You can download it on your desktop. This book contains numerous self-employment opportunities in numerous financial endeavors, from realistic opportunities in the entertainment field, the journalism field, fast food opportunities for teachers and lawyers, and all the way down to someone who has no skills but wants to create a lucrative janitorial service. Also, Google my name into the internet to check on my credibility to write and promote this book. Let me spell my name. Allen is A-L-L-E-N as in never. Lieberoff is L-I-E as in ever. B as in boy. E as in ever again. R as in Robert. O, F as in Frank. F as in Frank again. Now go to www.makingitonYourOwn.biz. That's makingitonYourOwn.biz. The first 3 to 4 pages are free. They describe the book and give you the names of all of the chapters. About 1 minute after these pages show up on your computer, you will see the Network Solutions icon appear in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. This icon assures you that the safety of this website and the safety of your money, which is $9.95, is completely safe. If you choose to purchase this book via your computer, scroll down to I agree and click on it, and you will have the opportunity to pay for it via PayPal or your favorite credit card. Also, you can download this on your Kindle machine or other similar machines. My previous books have been published by Prentice Hall and Simon & Schuster. I would like to tell you why this book is so important. Many of the endeavors in the book can help to finance your way through college, and quite often, after you graduate from college, you can further grow this business to a tremendous enterprise. Another consideration. We all have to realize that we can no longer work until 65 years of age and then start collecting Social Security for the next 20 or 25 more years. We may have to work a lot longer than our parents and our grandparents. Then again, we're living a lot longer than they are. It's not a bad trade-off. If this is the case, you don't want to have to depend on lawyers to pay you well and also be nice to you for all those years. You may have already realized that many employers can be very brutal to you in nitpicking all the time. In addition, we must consider the reality that you can eventually suffer from a chronic disease such as heart trouble, high blood pressure, diabetes, and so forth, where you may require taking a rest period now and then. If you are your own boss, you can always hire a couple of part-time employees that can allow you to take several rest periods during the day and more than just one vacation a year. In addition, there can be more tax deductions when you own your own business. The book also has the following chapters. I have a great healthcare program in there that is a lot more economical and more comprehensive than President Obama or any member of Congress has already created. It's important you read this healthcare program I developed. Also, I have in there fair business practices for all Americans. Also, owning a retail store and being able to compete with the giants like Walmart and Kmart and big stores like that. Also, I have new rules for Congress, there's a few that I just mentioned, and our Mideast policy. And most important, or very important, utilizing our soldiers who fought bravely in the Mideast War and now are unemployed. I'd like to mention that the first 100,000 books sold, $2 for each book sold will go into a fund to help our recent war veterans to start their own security business to assist police officers in making large and small communities safe to live in. After 100,000 ebooks are sold, $3 per book will go into this fund. I will now review what I feel is one of the most important chapters in the book, the importance of believing in God. We all have problems and frustrations. To handle them, you can go to God or a psychiatrist. God is cheaper. God can inspire you and strengthen you through good clergymen and good clergywomen in many of the churches and synagogues throughout the United States. Select a good church or a good synagogue and try to attend at least twice a month. If possible, once a week would be great. After about 6 months, you will feel stronger, braver, and more sure yourself. Good clergy people are like good athletic coaches. They create winners. I want to thank you and have a great life and enjoy the book.